So far we learned how to add a controls and changing some properties. Here also I'll understand how to update the properties dynamically and understand the self and parent related properties and grouping of controls. Let's begin. So I opened make.powerapps.com and in my environment I opened app in edit mode. So I added a new screen here. So let me add. So before starting this, why do we need uh, updating the properties dynamically? Sometimes based on the value the user given, we want to update some other properties. So click on the insert and search for the container. So just adding the container here. So I have added the container. The container will have a property width, height and padding. So here, so I want to update the width to parent dot width. So and also height. If I click the height, so it will reflect here. So height also I want to make parent dot height and minus 100. So and inside the container I would like to add image. So for this also I want to change the width and height of this. So if I click the width, I want to inherit from the parent width and also the height. So parent height. So if you observe, it has a space in the top and left. So if you change the properties of x and y value, so let me change the x value. So I will make it 0 and so it will set exactly at the parent width. So it will set on this container exactly. So in the below I would like to add a in the screen slider. I will add it. So if I drag here and for the slider it will be having the maximum and the minimum properties. So in the maximum, so I will give them in the maximum I will give this is the integer values. So you can give parent dot, so parent dot width I am giving and minimum I will give 200. So and default it is 200. Minimum I will change it to 0. So make it 100 and this value I want to update here. So it will be better 500. So based on this slider move I want to change the image size. So I will go to the image. So I will try to upload an image here. So already I have image, this image can upload here. I'll change this one to image 1. So I have uploaded an image. So change this image size at the width. So I will assign this slider to this value. So if I go to image and if you see the width, so it is parent dot width we updated. We will change this to slider1 dot value. So let me play this one. So if you observe, we have added the image. If I increase this one, the image is increasing. This is like how dynamically update the value of the image width based on the slider move. Let me save these changes. Let me add a new screen here. I will go with a blank screen. So I will add a button here. So button I'm adding. So I will change this size. So if you see, this button has a color property. This is the color we showing here. So let me increase the font size to 100. So, and it will have a hover color. So our color, it is giving color fade RGB minus 20%. So our fill, we can make self is we use to represent the same control. So like we use this operator in the JavaScript, self dot fill. So if I do this one, if you observe, I hover, it will be no change. So on click only, it is showing some other value. So if I go to the fill properties again of the button, so our fill. So if I undo this one, this will come like again. If we observe this one, so on hovering, it is changing the color. So if you observe, so this time like we come to know how to use the self, so and parent. So let's understand why we require a group. So for example, we have a multiple controls, and at the same time we want to change the or update the value of the multiple controls. We want to apply the single property to it. So but if you want to update the control properties each and every time, it will be repeated process. So we can group the controls and apply the condition. So here I will drag this button to right side and insert text label, text input here. So I'm just making big, and I will say one more copy of it. And so if you observe, this to field has a value, text input, and I will make these two inputs as a group. So based on the button click event, I want to make this field read only or editable based on the button click. So these two fields will have a property here called display mode. So if you see, display mode is edit now. So whenever I click the button, so I want to change these two display mode to non-editable, so view mode. So to update that one, I need a variable. Let me initialize the variable. So in the advanced properties, we can go to so in the unvisible I will so set a variable display mode uh, I will say group. Here I will give display mode dot edit. So this variable I will assign to a group. So and on click of this one, so on select property I will update that value to so view. If you see, so it is edit mode now, like I want to make this read only. So once I click this one, this is read only now. You cannot edit this field. So the group will help us to apply the properties or same properties to multiple controls at the single time. Thank you.